Hello everybody, my name is Opoluwa and welcome back to I Am Positive. So, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. God bless you. If you're a viewer and somehow you've not subscribed, the reason I say that is because I went on my mom's phone to check my channel, and I guess so my mom was not subscribed to my channel. I'm like and she's always hounding me about, send me the link to your video, let me watch and stuff. So I had to subscribe. So you might be one of those people that actually watch and then you forget to subscribe. So if you are, please subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram handle at I am positive 416 and share, comment, like. I usually post more stuff on my Instagram and maybe twice or thrice in a week. It depends on how things are. Right, so let's get into this video. My last video was about disclosure, where I talked about the factors to consider if you're disclosing your HIV status to somebody. Right. So I'm going to be juxtaposing two different experiences that I had, and why I always say that expect the unexpected when it comes to HIV disclosure. So we have two different people, one in his 20s, another one in his 30s. The one in his 20s is a regular 9-to-5 guy, chilling, has no medical background whatsoever, like just living life and stuff. And then the one in his 30s is a medical doctor, trained medical doctor, and they're both my friends, right? So when I knew completely, like when I was sure completely, like this was something I had to, this was an assignment I needed to hit, I decided that there were some people that really needed to know about my status before I go public, and these two people were part of them. Now, I told the first one, both of them via WhatsApp chat. If you saw my last video, I mentioned that there are different modes, some calls, WhatsApp chat, physical. It depends on your relationship with the person and how comfortable you feel, whatever medium you feel comfortable with. So these two, I just chatted them up because that's usually our mode of communication. And then the first one I mentioned, I said, oh, I'm HIV positive, and I just thought you should know, like, I'm about to do something publicly, and it's some information I think you should know before I share publicly. And then it was like, oh wow, thank you for sharing with me. Are you okay? Do you want me to come and check up on you? FYI, this was in the evening. That really touched me, like, oh wow, thanks for caring about me, but I've been carrying this for about 4 years and I'm good, right? I'm taking care of myself and I'm good, so you really don't need to come. And he's like, okay, cool. I said, okay, just make sure you check yourself as well. This is something that you should do if you're sexually active. And he's like, oh no, I did my test 3 months ago and I'm good. I'm like, oh great. And then he was like, I hope you know I'll be here for you, I got you. I'm like, I know, I just thought you should know. He's like, thank you for sharing. And then Mr. B in his 30s, as a medical doctor, guys, his reaction was mind-boggling. Like, I wasn't expecting anything per se, but I wasn't expecting what I got. Like, after I told this guy, he literally stopped talking to me. Like, he just stopped talking to me. And we're not in the same city, so it's not that he will see me and then boom, you get infected. No, it was usually chat, calls, video calls, chat. Like, that's usually how we do it. For about 3 weeks or a month, I'm not too sure, this guy didn't text me, didn't do anything. He didn't. At first I thought maybe, okay, it was the shock of the information, but later I'm like, nah, it can't be. Honestly, I tried to justify it in my head, but all I know is he just said, oh, thanks for letting me know, thanks for sharing, you should have told me sooner though. What else? Then he asked me if I was using my ART. But let me tell you what happened. He actually said, oh, so are you on HAART? I actually knew what he was talking about, but I'm not used to calling it HAART. We either call it ART, which is antiretroviral treatment, or ARV, antiretroviral drug, or something like that. So some people use ART or ARV. I usually use ARV or ART actually. So when he asked me, I'm like, what does that mean? And then he was like, oh my god, it's even worse than I thought. You don't know what HAART? I'm like, do you mean the treatment? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I take that every day. My viral load is undetectable, so I'm good. And then he was like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I'm like, you're welcome. So about a month after, so I can't even remember, he just sent me a message. How you doing? I'm fine, thank you. I just thought I should check up on you. Okay, okay. I'm like, really? Now? I'm good. Thank you for asking. But anyway, these two experiences that I compared actually made it clear to me that you can't really be sure how a person will react, and secondly, you can't blame them for their reaction. I just was expecting much more from this person based on his age, one, and based on his career path, two. Do you understand? So I'm telling you for a fact, you cannot say, just as you are going to tell the person, know that you on your own, you are good. So whatever their reaction might be, you're chilling, you're fine, right? And they have a right to their reaction anyhow they decide to react. Usually people come around. I mean, he came around, but it's just by the time he came around, I'd gone, I don't want somebody like that in my life. Absolutely not. And yeah, that's that. You have a right to judge me based on my decision, but this particular person, I expected much more from him, and the moment he did that, that was when I knew, cool, this one out of the way. Anyway, that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I tried to make it as short as possible. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share. And if you're HIV positive or you newly found out about your HIV status and you're concerned, you're worried, please know that my DM is open at I am positive 416. I am available to talk to you, and I promise you everything is fine. Like, you have no problem. Do not be worried. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice week. Mwah. Bye.